Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and I hope all is well. I don't know why. uh, I don't know why Facebook keeps changing their layout and everything else. It makes things kind of difficult. Hey Nancy, how are things in your neck of the woods? Um, Here it's, let's see, what's the temp here? Oh, it's a nice 75 degrees, and we'll have some gusty winds tomorrow, which is kind of good. It kind of cleans the air and everything. Yeah, it's not too bad here either. I like it. Nice 75. I have the fans going just to keep the air moving and everything and keep the pollen out and you know the deal. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about my pet peeve, which is the legacy media. I'm basically winging this, okay? Legacy media is what I mean by it, like ABC, CBS, and MSNBC, which used to be under, solely used to be under NBC. Microsoft bought out NBC years ago, and now it's MSNBC. So they know who they are. They keep putting out articles and stories and saying, well, many of the Democrats and everything else are pushing to try to get President Biden to drop the race. Well, it's a little bit too late, isn't it, guys? He is going to be the nominee, and he is going to win. He beat Trump years ago. He beat Trump in 2020. So what's for 4 years? He'll beat him again. And look at all what President Biden has done and pushed through legislation and everything else. He corrected all the stupid things that Trump has done. And yes, Trump is stupid. He's an idiot. And Trump was never my president. I didn't even vote for him. I did not vote for him in 2016, and I did not vote for him in 2020. Because I saw what he is. He's a narcissist, he's a bully, and he has no experience in government whatsoever. And what people see in him, I don't know. I really don't know. Now, as far as oh yeah, I agree. We all know how old he is. So what? With age comes wisdom and experience. And I just really dislike the legacy media putting words in the Democrats' mouth. I don't believe any of those, like Pelosi and Schumer and everything else, are wanting Trump to step down. A good majority of the polls are saying Biden will beat Trump. And we all saw what fiasco with the GOP convention was, or so-called GOP convention. And they're a bunch of nincompoops. So I don't like it when legacy media starts putting words in people's mouths. They should just put out the facts, cover both sides, and let people make up their own minds. Not push their opinions on the viewers at all. They should just let the viewers make up their own minds. And companies like newspapers like the Washington Post, everything else, and their CEOs are for Trump. they're a bunch of idiots too, because hypothetically, if Trump, uh, let's say hypothetically, this is hypothetical, okay? It's a what if, that he should not be named, became president. Well, number one, Trump can't become president because he's a convicted felon. Number two, no country would accept him if he had to fly anywhere to G7 and the G5 conferences and everything else. No country would accept a convicted felon. It's always been that way, okay? So I don't know why they're glossing over the fact that Trump's saying, well, Trump is a convicted felon. He is. And why they're ignoring that? Well, you can't ignore a federal conviction, okay? It's there. It's on his record. He has a record now, a very long record. And companies like I said, like newspaper like Washington Post, New York Post, New York Times, everything else, they need to stop pushing their narrative and start showing both sides of the issue and let people make up their own mind. That's why I stated before, okay? If Walter Cronkite was alive, for example, he would be like telling the other legacy companies, go take a flying leap. I put out the facts and say that's the way it is, and that's his way of saying, okay, make up your own mind. You go what you believe and what you think. And of course, I was taught, well, you don't always believe what you read or hear or anything else. Well, then what's the point of not hearing it and not reading it? So, Biden's going to win. And I prefer to take the stupid Project 2025 thing, whoever thought that up ought to have their heads examined, and throw it in a burn barrel and burn it. Project 2025 is a no-no, big no-no. You don't take away women's rights, because they're forgetting a little detail. We women outnumber them. The chauvinist men. We outnumber them. And they keep, there's others saying, oh, well, it'd be a civil war, it'd be a blah, blah. I go, yeah, right, sure. Because the police and the National Guard would be called out, and I'm sure that they will run and hide, those that want this. Now, since last Saturday when Trump was he was wounded, it was one of their own that shot him. Why they glossed that over to ignore that fact, I don't know. It was, the kid was, I call him a kid because he's 20 years old. He's the one that shot him, so he had some mental issues. Okay? That's why we need common sense gun control. People with mental illness and mental issues should not have access to a weapon. Okay? And sure, they can make up any weapon, but they should not have access to a gun. And they keep talking about the Second Amendment and everything else. Well, they need to reread the Second Amendment again. It's a well-regulated militia. You know what that refers to? That refers to your National Guard. The National Guard is the offshoot of the Army. That's what it is. And you have your National Guard, you have the Civil Air Patrol, you have Air Force Reserve, You have the Naval Reserve, you have the Army Reserve, you have the well-regulated militia. Of course, back then, when this amendment was created, muskets were used. So, Revolutionary War muskets, okay? I don't think our founding fathers really thought ahead. Well, things do advance. Things are created and are advanced. They probably never dreamed of us having automatic, semi-automatic and automatic weapons now. AR-15 has no place on the street. It's used for war. And sure, you have regular rifles and regular handguns, but people need to be responsible, okay? And yes, I agree with you, Nancy. President Biden did win all the primaries. And the media keeps saying, well, if they get Biden off, they could remove Vice President Harris off. What they're doing, those small handful of Democrats. I don't know if they're really true Democrats or Dinos, Democrats in name only. I don't think they realize if that happened, then Trump may or may not win, okay? There might be a whole bunch of write-ins. But no, we need to keep President Biden in there. He's doing a wonderful job. He has an excellent team that's supporting him, and he is working everything, okay? He's working on the problems, and he's listening to the people who he works for, which is us. He works for us. And the Congress, U.S. Senate, and the House should be working for the American people, not for corporations. Corporations need to be banned. Corporations have no business in meddling in politics. They should be worried about business. They should not be worried about politics. And if they don't like the rules and regulations, well, that's just tough. Live with it and move on, you know. So, I'm really, like I said, I'm really sick and tired of these legacy media pushing things on people, and they're basically lying in some ways, and they need to stop lying. I'm ashamed of them. I used to look up to CBS, NBC, ABC on things, but they have gotten into more political when they should not be political. They should be impartial, like the justice system should be impartial, and let the facts speak for themselves. But no, either they're leaning way too far to the right or too far to the left, everything else. Come on, guys. Legacy media, shut up, put out the facts, and let people make their own decisions. Don't force feed things on people. Okay? Why do you think your ratings went down? Look what happened at the RNC convention. Your ratings went way down. Because you know why? Because people see Trump and his so-called cult for who they are. We outnumber them. So, legacy media, knock it off. CEOs, knock it off. And just let people make the decision for themselves. And those that sit there about Biden's age and his stutter and everything else, excuse me, he has the stutter ever since he was a kid. He's learned to overcome it. He concentrates on what words that can make him stutter. What letters. And so he's worked on that problem. And so what? He is 81 years old. I don't care if he's 81. So stop putting age into it. Everybody gets old with age and experience, and that's my train of thought there. Age and experience and wisdom. Okay? Well, I stopped listening to Trump's speech. He's never really put out a plan. He never has. Okay? And he keeps distancing himself from Project 2025. I find that kind of hard to believe. Okay? But they are stating that Trump may have some serious mental issues, which he doesn't seem to show. Okay? Yeah. And he's so wrapped up in lies, he doesn't know what the truth is unless it hits him in the face. You would think after getting shot, you'd think things would wake up for him. Okay? But the narcissists, they're so selfish. They don't have any filters. They don't have any empathy toward people or anything else. And when they're selfish like that, you just don't want anything to do with them. They go, fine. If you want to be selfish, you're going to be all alone. And I'm surprised Melania was there at the convention. But some ways, I think she's been kind of forced to. So I don't know what the full deal is there with her. I don't know if Mary Trump, who is his niece, who is a Democrat, she says, I hardly ever talk to them anymore. She's never liked her uncle. And I can't say I blame her. I had an uncle that I never liked either. And, well, I thought he was at the convention too. Maybe his mom said no, or didn't want him there. I don't know. I know Barron's looking at going to college this fall. So, and he's looking at more toward New York. Which would be better. So whatever Barron does, I wish him all the luck. And I hope he doesn't go into real estate or anything else. I don't think he will. He stated a long time ago when he was a kid that he wants to be an architect. Design buildings. Okay. Well, maybe he chose not to go. Maybe he chose to stay home. So anyway, just take heart. Biden will win. Trump will lose. He will lose big time. He will lose everything. Not only will he lose the election, he will lose his freedom. He will lose his property. And I think now they need to take the gloves off and say, fine, that's enough. You are going to the pokey. They should have sentenced him last week, is what they should have done. Sentence him and put him in jail and keep him there. But I hope he gets a very long jail sentence, because right now you have the D.C. trial that's going on, And then, of course, Cannon this past week had I think she timed it just right and started the RNC convention. She could have waited after. But she dismissed the SEPA case, okay? The Mar-a-Lago stolen document case. She dismissed that. Well, she did that illegally. It's a federal crime. He's still indicted. He's still under indictment in the federal thing. And Jack Smith has now filed a appeal for that, the 11th Circuit. Well, the 11th Circuit came back and they said the appeal's been accepted. There will be a hearing within the next week. And they were watching all what she was doing. And I'm pretty sure that they will put a new judge in her place, put everything back on track, conduct the trial, and he's going to be facing a lot of years in prison. And I don't know how many documents he stole, but he stole quite a few. And somebody did tell him and say, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Those belong to the archives. They don't belong to you. You can't go to prison over this. And I don't think Trump really believed him. So, we'll see how all this goes, but I'm sure President Biden will win. He will. He will win. He beat him last time. He could beat him this time. People voted Trump out because they knew what kind of job he did and the things he screwed up. And people are smart. A good majority of people are smart. They know. Many don't care how old Trump is. Or not Trump. Correction. Many who do not care how old President Biden is. He's not old. To me, he doesn't look old. He's in a much better shape. And in closing, I hope. Oh yeah, right. And that's right, Nancy. Of course, I wouldn't be doing it, okay? Because wouldn't have security clearance to do so. But they should take the kid gloves off and ignore the fact that Trump at one time was quote unquote president, so-called president. That's what I call it. So in closing, Biden will win. And Trump will lose. He'll lose everything. So, anyway, I will put this on my YouTube channel, and I got good news, Nancy. I got 58 subscribers. I need more subscribers. So, I hope all is well. Have a good weekend. And I will see you on Monday and scheduled. And be sure to share. Okay? Remember, insist, persist, and push back. I will, you too, Nancy. Stay safe over there, because there's more storms coming, by the way. So, just keep an eye to the sky. Mother Nature's not finished with us. Okay, love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.